zit hier met Linda Bauld van Cancer Research UK. En ja, ik heb een paar vragen voor die jullie ingestuurd hebben. Linda, there's a lot of negative research on e-cigarettes, and the media is also often very negative. What are you doing to counter that?
So I think in terms of the media, if we just start with that, we have something called the Science Media Centre in the UK that gives us the press releases in advance, asks for comments on the articles, and we try and provide those as soon as possible so that the journalists can have our accurate commentary alongside perhaps a press release which might be not entirely accurate or might emphasize results which can be interpreted different ways. So that's one way. The second thing is we actually speak to journalists ourselves, some of the main scientists in the UK. And I often think that a victory is when we identify a bit of e-cigarette research which doesn't look very robust or reliable, and actually the journalist decides not to cover it. So you don't see it appearing in the press. And then the other thing, I suppose, is just to keep doing the science and critiquing other people's work and writing about that.
Oh, thank you. Another question from Betty. Many people say that e-cigs aren't safe enough and that we need at least 20 years more research on them. What do you say about it?
Well, what I would say is that smokers in the Netherlands are dying right now. They're dying every day from smoking-related disease. And it's not good enough to wait for 20 years evidence until we give people advice about reducing their risk. So I feel that we have enough studies now. We've been doing the research for a number of years on these products to show that they are far safer than tobacco, that they don't contain tobacco, that if somebody wants to use them, they should be supported and encouraged to do so, and that they provide a real opportunity. Now, we definitely need long-term studies, and my organization is funding over 40 studies at the moment. But we have to give people information now, today, and not wait.
Yeah, thank you. And the last question is from Betty. When are you going to give Wanda de Kanter a call?
So I really value the links I have with my colleagues in the Netherlands, not just yourself, but some of the leading academics like Mark Williamson and others. And I would be very happy to speak to her. Maybe I will get a chance to meet her at a meeting, or maybe I can engage with her in another way. But I do think that clinicians and researchers talking to each other so they can understand what the studies say and what's happening in the population is really important. So if somebody wants to do an introduction, I'm happy.
Okay, well, we're going to arrange that. We really want it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. Lovely to speak to you.
Yeah.